amazing how we are tracked nowadays. About a month and a half back, I was looking for some in-ear headphones to replace this set of Yamaha IEMs that I have. These were bought by my wife for me several years ago. They're still working perfectly fine. I mean, excuse the tangled cord. They're still working perfectly fine, but I feel getting a little bit tired. Most notably, the inline volume control is a little finicky and can sometimes result in dropped sound output. Something I can fix, but I was thinking I've been using these for, I don't know, maybe 7 years now, so it was time for an upgrade. So I started searching on Google for Yamaha in-ear monitors in Sri Lanka, which of course it didn't yield many results because I couldn't find anything sold in Sri Lanka at the moment. And then I started seeing Facebook ads for some brand called Soundbrenner, and I'd never heard of them before, and it highlights an interesting thing about how we are tracked, because I was also talking to my wife about wanting to buy a pair of earphones and that kind of thing. And I mean, yeah, call me paranoid, but I'm pretty sure that my phone is listening to me even right now as I shoot this video. Because remember, if you're getting something for free, all the social media you use, all the search engines you use, everything you use for free isn't really free. You are the product. They're extracting information from you, and they are using that to shape consumer behavior, to target products at you. So I don't think it was a coincidence that I started seeing ads for in-ear monitor headphones just a bit after I had started searching for them and talking to my wife about them. So yeah, that's how the modern digital world works. But yeah, I came across these guys, Soundbrenner. So let's go to their website, soundbrenner.com. Now, like I said, I had never heard of this brand. I had no idea who they were. But yeah, they seem to be having in-ear monitors, wearables, earplugs, metronomes for musicians. If you're a musician, you will know that a metronome helps you keep time. And yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, and I saw a lot of pretty favorable reviews, albeit by musicians I hadn't really heard of, but then again, a lot of it's from the USA and Western Europe, that side. So yeah, I'm not in touch with the more, up and coming musicians there. I'm a bit more of an old school music kind of guy. So let's see, who is Soundbrenner first of all? Well, they say they are crafted from practice and they were founded in 2014. Okay, that's fine. And their first product was actually a metronome. So yeah, they've been targeted at musicians, and it's a German company that's based in Hong Kong at the moment. So I thought, okay, fine, what have I got to lose? Okay, fine, I had a bit of money I could lose if it didn't come, but they seem to be pretty legit. There were plenty of decent reviews saying that the products had not only been received, but they had been received in good condition and worked well, good sound quality, all that kind of thing. So I figured, give it a shot. So I placed an order, and just waiting for it to load right now to show you my order. Yes, I paid a total of $112 and 70 cents for it. These Wave in-ear monitors were on sale and listed at after discount $92.80, and shipping was just under $20 to Sri Lanka by FedEx, mind you. So I paid $112.70 to Soundbrenner, and then when the parcel arrived in Sri Lanka, I had to pay an additional approximately about $20 worth of taxes and VAT and that kind of clearing duties and things like that. So okay, fine. Total outlay for me would have been about $132, which once again is fairly decent for a set of in-ear monitors. And they arrived, and well, I have the box here. I'm going to show you the box because they've already been unboxed, they've been used. So I'm actually recording this video first bit last, and then we'll see the unboxing and that kind of thing, and then again we'll hear from me about how they fared. But yeah, this is the box, which you're going to see unboxed in the next section, and then after that I'll tell you how they have fared. So stay tuned. Okay, so here we are, unboxing of the Soundbrenner Wave. Precision in every beat. Okay, you can see it's wrapped in plastic. Have a look at some of the specs. Okay, exceptional audio clarity, let me be the judge of that. 10mm dual magnet dynamic driver, detachable over the ear cable, fine, audiophile grade gold plated connector. Okay, up to 36 decibels passive noise isolation, ergonomic low profile shape, 6 ear tip options, and carrying case. Okay, that's nice. Designed for music by Soundbrenner. Learn about the Wave, contact us support, assembled in China 2023. Okay, all that is fine. Let's just get let's have a look and see, okay, where does this box open, so that I don't really, like massacre it too much. But I guess the easiest way to do is to just, try and get a bit inside the plastic like that, cut a little snip, and then, start peeling away from there. So here we go, get rid of all that plastic which I don't need. Now box feels quite nice, and oh, it's a sliding box. Okay, here we are. So we've got a sleeve, keep aside, and the first thing we see is, I believe, what are the earbuds. Let's take this part of the box out. Yes, the two earbuds are there, designed for musicians by Soundbrenner. We've got the earbuds there in a separate little insert like that. Okay, I must say it's a very showy way of doing things. We've got the carrying case, which I suspect has the wires and the earbuds. Manual Wave In-Ear. Oh, okay, it's the manual for the Wave In-Ear monitors. Right. I was wondering what it meant, manual. Read this first. Okay, successfully and earned, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. If anything, okay, connect the cable to the earphones. Make sure you match the size. Make sure the cable is pointing up. Okay, dokie. Then how to wear them over your ears, how to maintain them. Keep them clean, wipe them mild antiseptic. Do not use alcohol-based disinfectants. Okay, fine. That's interesting. The tech specs are there. Everything seems to be pretty decent. So first I'm going to open the carrying case because I want to see what's there. Aha, so here we are. We've got the 3.5 to 6 1/4 gold-plated adapter. In here we've got some bags of what I can only guess are the ear tips. Yep, there are a lot of bags in there. I'm going to need to figure out which ones are best fit for me because, well, here we go. I'm getting, how many bags are there? Let's see. So that's the adapter. We've got 6 bags here, and this is interesting because, okay, I got to look through and see what's what. But yeah, we've got 6 bags, so I'm guessing 3 of each. I'm told in the literature that there are silicone and foam tips, so I'm guessing there's large, medium and small, but the bags don't say what it's what, so I'm gonna have to figure this one out by myself. Okay, fine, that's okay, put that aside. We've got the wire here. I'm gonna get that out now itself so that you can see that. Just carrying the bag open with my hands because I don't need it again. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the wire. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually using a set of earphones with detachable wires, and I really do hope Soundbrenner has options for purchasing a new cable if necessary. I will be checking up with them on that later, just for the sake of that additional peace of mind, because yeah, when you've got a removable cable, it increases the lifespan of the headphone, which is very nice. But you also need to make sure that if the wire does break, there are avenues for it. We've got that gold plated tip with a protective cover there. Okay, there we go, that's the protective cover. Got braided, very nice braided cable. It feels quite sturdy to me. We've got a fixed point there where it separates from 1 into 2, and we've got the 2 connectors for the earbuds. Now, are they labeled? Yes, they are. Well, they should be labeled. There would be no excuse for not labeling them. They are L and R, pretty readable. And the final piece of the puzzle is to get out the monitors. Now let's see, how do I get these things out? I hope I'm doing it right. Well, they are set in a piece of yes, okay, I can push them out from the back there. Right, I hope I'm doing it right. There were no instructions on how to remove these things from their packaging. Oh, there they come. Oh, very nice. It's just a little you just gotta angle it out slightly and then it comes. Okay, that's very nice. So I'm gonna keep all this packaging aside. Here they are, Soundbrenner Wave In-Ear monitors without the wires or any ear tips, of course, yet. I'm gonna keep the monitors like that, and I'm just gonna refer this quick start guide once again because I really want to make sure I test the wires right. So if we are looking at it like that, so then so the wire goes, so then that means I've got the right bud in my hand here. Yes, that's the right bud. So holding it like that, just going to show you again, the card shows for the right bud I would need to have the wire going out and up. So I'm just going to take one of these connectors here and see which one is which. Have I got the left or the right? That's the left. Well, 50-50 chance. So this is the right, and plug it in like that. There we go. there anything I need to remove on the earbud? No. So that's the right one done. Now that we've done the right one, we know how the left one's going to go. It's going to be, yeah, once again, over like that and up. So let's just compare with the picture we've got here. Picture, earbud for the left. Picture, earbud for the right. Now the next thing to do is to figure out which tips, and now these are small ones, I can see through. This also appears to be a small one. These are large, I'm going to keep to the side. This I don't know. I don't need that connector, so well, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those things that I don't need into the box. So that can go in the box. These are small ones, these are small ones. Actually, yeah, these are also small ones. So let's just keep these aside, and well, this appears to be medium. Yeah, so that's a little tip for you, Soundbrenner, and I apologize if I may have missed somewhere, but I couldn't find on the packaging anything saying which one is which. So these are medium silicone rubber earpieces. Okay, I'm just gonna pop them back because I'm really keen to see the foam ones, because I mean, I generally used silicone rubber ones on my ears, but I think a foam one might be a little more comfortable for me. So now that we know that this is the medium, which is the correct size for my ears, I'm gonna keep it aside there and check this bag out. These bags do seem to be resealable. Are they resealable actually? No, not really, no. So this is, yeah, this is the foam tip. You can see the foam tip there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with foam. I'm going to place it on like that, and well, it does seem that I have massacred it a bit, but well, I think that's the point about foam tips. They do get a bit massacred when you handle them, but then they again re-massacre themselves when going into your ears. So yeah, this is how I suppose. Oh wait, the tips are already recovering after being massacred. So yeah, here we are, set of what I think are medium foam tips mounted. Next up is the listening experience, and I will be shooting that part of the video after I've lived with these for a few days over the course of my usual usage of, you know, some audio editing, some music listening, some YouTube videos, and general use with these. Now I can't use them with my phone because that has a Type-C port, so I will need to get an adapter for that, because as you can see this has a 3.5mm port. But yeah, when I do get that adapter, I will also have a look at how the sound quality is through my Motorola Edge 50 Fusion phone. So yeah, stay tuned. So I started using these around the middle of July, and it is the middle of August at the time of recording this video. So yes, about a month of testing, and you can see they are hooked up here. They are hooked up to my computer, direct feed to my Asus laptop's inbuilt sound card. I may get a headphone amp later on, and of course if I do, I will naturally review that, because I mean, how could I not review it with these headphones, of course, as well as with my Yamahas. But yeah, for now I've been using these on the inbuilt sound card on my Asus laptop. First of all, I will say that I'm really happy that Soundbrenner gives not only 3 sizes of silicone ear tips, but 3 sizes of memory foam ear tips as well. Now, initially I started with the medium memory foam tips, which were okay for my ears, but I noticed they started to make my ears, particularly my left ear, feel a little itchy after about an hour of wearing them. So I switched to the small ones, which curiously enough fitted my left ear fine, but were a little small for my right ear, which of course I could detect by reduced bass response. That's one way you can detect if in-ear monitors or in-ear headphones are not properly seated with your ears, if the sound starts to sound very tinny and thin and weak, like, and then if you adjust them in your ears a bit at various angles and suddenly the quality drastically increases and the bass gets better, then you know that yes, they're not sitting in your ears, because in-ear monitors rely on a near perfect seal between the walls of your ears and the headphone unit itself, earphone unit, sorry, to give that optimal sound. So I tried the medium memory foam ones. They were okay, but after a while they were not so great. I tried the small ones, didn't seem to work out for me. So I settled on the medium silicone tips, and that is what they are wearing right now, and that is what seems to be working for me. So thank you, Soundbrenner, for giving multiple choices, not just of one material but 2 materials, because I was able to find my perfect fit after some trial and error, rather than being stuck with something that was 90% there but not quite there, which can be quite irritating if you're a bit of an audiophile. And first things I noticed is when I listened to the earphones back to back with my Yamahas is that the Soundbrenners have a slightly more defined mid-range, but that's not to say that the bass is muted or the treble is subdued. They're both there, just that the mid-range is slightly more pronounced. Of course, that reduced the sound, became a little more rounded up as the earphones, bedded in, so to speak. I mean, they say that you should run your earphones for a bit, let them play, let the drivers, get, run in or whatever, so as they say, before you can draw a proper conclusion. So yeah, I've been using these for a month and the sound has become a bit more balanced. Still slightly more mid-range than upper or lower range, but that can be adjusted with equalization. It's not a deal breaker for me. What I really like is the fact that I can actually hear details in music that I couldn't make out that well with the Yamahas. And just to make sure that I wasn't being colored or wearing rose tinted glasses or biased because I had spent a good amount of money on these headphones, I listened to the same tracks back to back, stuff by the Eagles, stuff by the Commodores, Toto's Africa. There's a very nice video I watched recently online about how Toto's Africa was made with layering techniques and multiple tracks and that kind of thing. But yeah, these earphones really made me appreciate all that stuff. So I made a few testing notes, and of course let's talk about some stuff like stereo separation. And I noticed that the stereo separation from these was a bit more defined than with the Yamahas. The soundstage seemed a little more broad. The details were very clear. The highs were quite defined, and the bass, even though it was slightly less than the mid, was still punchy but not muddy. So you could hear, like, for example, you could hear the bass drums or the bass guitar very well without it getting like, sort of distorted or anything. And vocals were also very crisp and clear but not overpowering. So overall, I'm very happy with these Soundbrenners. They seem to be doing the trick for me. And well, the way you have to wear them is like this. You take this bit, you put it over your ear like that, and then you put the bud into your ear, gently manipulating it until it properly seats. Taking it out also, gently take it out like that. Now, you shouldn't pull out earbuds out of your ear because that sudden sound pressure change can damage your eardrums. That's why if you're wearing in-ear headphones and suddenly they get jerked or pulled out by some movement, you get a sudden tinge of pain there. So you've got to be aware of that. Now, before I sign off, I should also mention a few of the not so ideal things about these earphones, because hey, I got to do a balanced review, right? And for me, the biggest thing that grates a bit about these earphones, although it's not a deal breaker, I'll say these are my regular earphones still, it's just that, well, this cord, you see this cord, it's the most tangle prone earphone cord I have ever experienced in my life so far. It's like just keeping them on the table like that, I can go back and come back and they've magically, just tangled themselves up by black magic. I don't know how that happened. So what I do now is it requires a little bit of effort on my part, is that when I keep the earphones after using, I actually take the wire like this and then double it back like that and then keep it again like this and keep the earphones like that. So yes, it's a little more effort after each listening session, but it means that when I come back, I just grab them like that and it's not tangled up. Because I will say that even though the cord, the double braided section of the cord feels fairly sturdy, where the cord separates into two single braids and goes to each earphone, that feels slightly less sturdy. Maybe it is sturdy, but after you're feeling the Yamaha rubberized cords, this feels a little less durable than that. Maybe not the case. I mean, all the reviews I read about the Soundbrenner Waves, none of them have mentioned broken or damaged cords so far. And of course, also, as you saw in the unboxing, the cords are detachable. So I do hope that Soundbrenner does offer the ability for it to obtain replaceable cords from them. Maybe they will. I have suggested it to them as well. But yeah, otherwise that is my review of the Soundbrenner Wave, which comes in a very nice box as well. I mean, I kind of like the box. It's pretty cool, the way it opens and things like that. You saw that in the unboxing. So there you are, my candid review of the Soundbrenner Wave. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.